Welcome to today's show. I'm your host, Mike Slinkard. This week, we're going to finish up the last of our spring turkey season, then we're transitioning onto some spring bear hunts. You know, as turkey season wears on, it gets harder and harder to close the distance on those birds that have survived the numerous attempts to take them all season long. It's arguably one of the toughest times to get a bird to commit to the decoy spread, but it's also the time when Hecs technology can really make a difference. We're going to show you how we do it on some late spring gobbler action. After that, we're going to tag along with my buddy John Dudley as he heads to Canada to stalk black bears with his bow. It's going to be a fun show and one you don't want to miss. And as always, we'll show it all just like it happened right here on Hunting with Hecs.
Hunting is about getting close. Really close. Get closer than you ever thought was possible.
When you have a cameraman and you setting out in a dirt field like this, you can get away with so much with this Hecs on.
I've got to give credit once again to Hecs.
We showcase the science of getting close right here on Hunting with Hecs.
Hunting with Hecs is brought to you by PSE Archery. Tough Country, American values forged in steel. Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. Victory Archery, the carbon arrow experts. BumpersDirect.com. Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls, we call the game. Spot Hog, the world's toughest archery products. Warren Winches. Trophy Properties and Auction. And Hecs Stealth Screen, the evolution of concealment.
On this first hunt, my buddy Andy Day and I were traveling across one of the properties we hunt when I spotted a couple of toms down below the road. We quickly jumped out of the Ranger to see if we could put a stalk on them. Now both Andy and I, of course, are decked out head to toe in Hecs technology, so not surprisingly, the birds didn't pay any attention to us as they moved and continued right towards our position. If they kept coming the way they were headed, they were going to come out just a few yards in front of us. You know, having the Ranger parked there probably didn't help the situation too much, but what should have been an easy chip shot turned into a clean miss. Well, even after seeing Andy and I moving around and me drawing my bow and whizzing an arrow right past their heads, the birds still weren't too disturbed. They even gobbled right back at the call and then simply moved up the hill and went into full strut. I was able to take a few steps forward and line them up through a gap in the trees and make another shot. This time, the shot was on the money. That one. All right. You know, this is what we talk about all the time when we say that Hecs lets you get away with more than you ever thought possible. He's right here, he didn't go anyplace. Not only did these two young toms walk right out in front of us on a road after seeing us drive up, get out, move around, but they even gobbled back after I missed, then hung around inside archery range afterward and let me get another opportunity. Sometimes you just never know. That wasn't a setup, that wasn't a plan, it just happened to work out. But you know, we were standing right in the wide open, me and Andy. Andy was filming, and like I said, no problem whatsoever.
Hi, I'm Bill Epwards, and I'm very fortunate to be in the hunting industry and hunt all over the world. And one thing that's really made me successful over the years is the Hecs technology, and it's allowed me to take 18 Grand Slams with turkeys, 2 World Slams, the Big 5 in Africa with a bow, also all the animals in New Zealand. And one thing that I think that really helps me, and I preach this in my seminars, is the Hecs technology really works. It allows me to get away with more movement, and the animals do not seem to detect me in any way. So the next time you go out in the field, make sure you check out Hecs Technology.
We'll be back with a lot more Hecs action right after this quick break. Welcome back to Hunting with Hecs. It's late spring and the turkey hunting is getting tough. By this time, these birds have seen it all. Fortunately, this is also the time when the Hecs technology really shines.
You know, after a decade, Hecs technology has made a great name for itself with tens of thousands of people who use it every time they go out to get closer to game than ever before. But Hecs isn't just about hunters. It's also about divers, wildlife biologists, photographers, veterinarians, naturalists, law enforcement, even the U.S. military use Hecs nowadays. We've also been featured on several outdoor documentaries, as well as many episodes of Discovery's Shark Week. Also, we're featured on Animal Planet's hit show Extinct or Alive with biologist Forrest Galante. These professionals use Hecs technology for one simple reason: it really works. Of course, we knew that Hecs was going to be a huge game changer from the minute we started wearing it and began to see those amazing encounters with all kinds of wildlife. Not just with turkeys, but with deer, elk, bears, and almost everything we tried it on, we saw a difference. After a few years, we began to see research emerge that actually validated Hecs technology. Animals that were previously not known to have electroreception are now proven to have that ability, based in part to the interactions that biologists were having when they were wearing their Hecs suits. You know, almost every year, more and more discoveries are made involving animal electroreception. It's known that birds use a highly electrically conductive molecule called cryptochrome, which is found in the bird's eye and enables them to see electromagnetic fields. And they use those to aid in navigation and also to literally see the electrical field from living beings. We also knew that canines had the ability to see or sense electrical fields based on the reactions that we saw early on. Now, science has proven that ability as well. Hecs is on the leading edge of these discoveries, and after 10 years of field observation, we can definitely say Hecs will help you get away with more movement and remain undetected in a way never before possible. You know, since the very beginning, Hecs users have been calling, emailing, sending in footage of their Hecs encounters, so we began including them in the show several years ago so you could see regular folks just like you getting closer than ever before. And that is going to bring us to this week's Hecs Close-Up. Well, we are here again from the 2020 NWTF show. And like I told you guys before, one of the best things about this show is that we get to talk to a lot of Hecs users and hear their experiences. Here I got Kevin from Alabama. And Kevin, you've had a Hecs suit for a little while, and I guess you've had some kind of cool deer experiences, it sounds like.
Yeah, I have a couple. My wife bought it for me, and the first experience I had was I just wanted to see how close I could actually get to a deer. So I put it on one evening, and I have deer coming up in my backyard pretty regular. And so I put it on, and I got out and I started walking closer and closer to the deer in the backyard. And I kept on, it kept getting closer, or I did rather, and got closer and closer. I pretty much could reach out within a couple of feet of actually touching the deer. And it really didn't get spooked. It just sort of looked up and made a couple of steps and stopped and looked back. And basically,
a great test for the suit then right off the bat, see if it's going to work for you.
Yeah, it wasn't skittish, didn't run, anything, you know, like he wasn't really scared or alerted, you know. But that was the first one, and I thought, this can't be real, you know, something that close. But my second experience, I hunt over in Georgia, and I was hunting one afternoon in December, and I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden I looked off to my right, and I noticed it looked like an outline of a deer. So I kept on looking, and sure enough, it was a deer, whitetail, and he never knew I was there. He kept looking around, and he never got spooked, never really started acting quirky or nothing like that. So he kept on. He actually come on in right at 15, a little bit less than 15, and I finally got a shot at him, and I finally took it.
This is a Georgia buck. Like I promise you, anybody want to kill him. Anybody. Thanks again to Kevin Drinkwater for bringing us this week's Hecs Close-Up.
Brand new from Hecs is a completely redesigned camo suit featuring a versatile action cut that is perfect whether worn as an underlayer or over top of other hunting gear. It comes complete with 3 pieces: pant, shirt, and head cover. Available in the newest Mossy Oak pattern, Elements Terra, as well as Mossy Oak Country. We started with a revolutionary Hecs mesh fabric. It is extremely lightweight and breathable fabric that is soft, silent, and comfortable. Of course, it has the patented Hecs technology woven right in. Features include a new, durable, super comfortable 1.5-inch wide elastic waistband, shirt pocket, pants pocket, and convenient thumb holes. Accessories are sold separately and include the Hecs technology woven into each one. They include the Hecs hat in matching camo patterns. Hecs gloves are made of a lightweight material and are also available in camo. The new multi-rag is a versatile face mask that can be worn in a variety of ways. And finally, we have the Hecs socks. They are a heavyweight over-the-calf sock, and just like the other accessories, the Hecs grid is woven right into the material. Order right now and use the promo code to save $30 on your order of a complete Hecs suit. Learn more about our full line of clothing and accessories, as well as our fit guarantee for worry-free ordering at hecsllc.com. We have plenty of close-up action ready to roll, and we'll get to it right after this. Welcome back to Hunting with Hecs. Before the break, we saw the crew tag out in Oregon. Then we got a bit of Hecs history lesson from Hecs owner Mike Slinker. Now, let's put that knowledge to work and get back to the hunt.
You know, from the beginning, we've had some people who have saw amazing benefits while wearing Hecs technology, and they've continued to push the limits every year. Many, like my buddy Jason Cleveland, video their hunts and send them in every year. We've featured a lot of Jason's exploits many times here on Hunting with Hecs. From up-close turkey encounters to white-tailed deer shenanigans, Jason always seems to get it done. Jason had hunted Texas early this year and he tagged out quickly, so he headed home to hunt the youth season in Illinois with his daughter Cora. The pair are set up on the edge of a muddy field and are hoping to call a big tom into their setup. It wasn't long before this nice Jake showed up and started putting on a show. Well, the big tom they were after finally made an appearance over on the far side of the field. Unfortunately, they could see that he had hands with him and he wasn't about to abandon them for some decoys. After a quick discussion between Cora and her dad, Cora decided that she wanted to take that Jake home. You know, there's nothing better than seeing a kid getting involved in the hunting sports, and we firmly believe that Hecs can help young hunters have better success by utilizing Hecs technology. Their added benefits will allow them to get away with more movement, have a closer encounter, and this will keep that young hunter excited about going out. And that's what it's all about.
Gobbler wouldn't lead those hens, but this guy did it right, didn't he? Yeah. Congratulations, baby. I'm proud of you.
Now we're switching gears and headed to British Columbia to chase black bears with John Dudley. It's early season for black bears, and John is prowling the old roads and open fields, searching for feeding Bruins. John finally spots a bear feeding on an old road. The wind was quartering uphill, so John swung off the road to get the wind in his favor and then close the distance. It worked perfectly, and John was able to close into archery range from the feeding bear.
That's as buttery as you can get right there.
We're up here in BC, and this is the perfect place to put Hecs to the test because it's all fair chase, spot and stalk black bears. You have to get close, and it's not just about the wind. It's about these awesome animals that have about as good of a sixth sense as you can get. And year after year after year, I've proven that my Hecs has let me get closer. I've had the most success in my camp multiple years, and I really credit that to my Hecs, because out of all the predatory animals, I feel like bears are really keyed in on every single sense that you can have. This was just a perfect example of being able to slip in close even when all the odds weren't in our favor, and I was able to get a perfect shot. This bear went hardly anywhere, and I'm able to have an awesome spot and stalk bear right here in BC.
The newest addition is our base layer. The base layer is a lightweight, semi-thermal material designed to be worn under your regular hunting clothing when you need just a little bit of extra insulation. It features the patented Hecs technology woven right into the material. The suit comes in 3 pieces: pants, shirt, and head cover. The shirt is a quarter-zip Henley with serge stitching, embroidered Hecs logo, and thumb holes. The form-fitting pants have serge stitching throughout, and an elastic waistband and cuff ensure they stay in place. They also feature a convenient fly. The head cover has a hemmed eye hole, adjustable drawstring in the back, and is very easy to use. Additional accessories are sold separately and include the Hecs hat, gloves, and our new heavyweight over-the-calf sock. Brand new for this year is the new multi-rag. This versatile face mask can be worn in a variety of ways. Order the Hecs base layer right now and use the promo code PURSUIT to save an instant $30 on your order of a complete Hecs suit. Learn more about our complete line of clothing and accessories, as well as our fit guarantee for worry-free ordering at hecshunting.com.
Well, if you'll bear with us through the break, we promise some great spot and stalk action right after this. Welcome back to Hunting with Hecs. So far, we put a couple good toms on the ground and then headed north to catch up with John Dudley for some great spot and stalk bear action. Now, let's catch up with host Mike Slinkard and see where we're headed next.
Before the break, we watched John Dudley take a nice bear in British Columbia with his bow. That hunt was in 2018, and John was so impressed with the operation that he couldn't wait to get back up last spring and try again. This time, John spotted a good bear up on a hillside and hiked up to get a better look at it. When he got close enough, he could tell that this bear was a shooter, so he decided to sneak in and see if he could get a shot. John's wearing his signature series Hecs underlayer, and he's able to slip right into archery range of this feeding bear. He doesn't have any idea that John's anywhere in the country. As a result, this bear is completely relaxed when John takes a shot. It's a perfect shot, and the bear drops on the spot.
This was just a textbook spot and stalk hunt, from seeing something up on the top of a mountain that's just a speck on some green to be able to cover several thousand feet, cut across, work all the thermals, come in above him, and just make a perfect shot. It's just absolutely awesome.
Fortunately for John, British Columbia is a 2-bear area, and even though he has one on the ground, John can still continue to hunt. It wasn't long before he spotted a great chocolate-colored faced bear feeding on an old road. The surrounding woods were super crunchy, so John decided just to stay on the road and hug the tree line for a little back cover and trust his Hecs suit to do the rest. When the bear gave him a standing broadside shot, John put one downrange.
Unreal day up here in BC. It is the hottest I've ever experienced during bear camp, and I figured everything was going to be moving super late. We weren't in a rush to get out, and wouldn't you know it, on our way out, here we see this awesome color phase bear cruising down the side of one of these little side pine roads, and we were able to make a perfect stalk. I was worried about not getting that broadside shot. I kept ranging, and then when that broadside shot presented itself, put the rangefinder on, got the number, made a longer shot than what I would have preferred, but the impact and a 15-yard track job is proof positive that this was the perfect combination. And hey, another testament as well to Hecs. This is the best product. I've worn it for so many years, spot and stalk. If you want to get close, bow hunting close, I wouldn't leave home without it. And if you want an awesome bow hunting experience, come up here with Nick and Britt, Chipolton River Outfitters in British Columbia. It is unreal. What an awesome way to tag out on my BC bears.
Did you know that fox are more effective at catching prey when they line up with the Earth's magnetic field? Researchers observed over 600 attempts by fox to catch prey. They discovered that when the fox faced northeast, they were successful 74% of the time, compared to only 18% when facing any other direction. Researchers surmised that foxes were using the Earth's magnetic field in combination with the electrical field given off by the mouse to help it detect and target its prey more accurately. Hecs technology blocks our electrical field and makes us less detectable to animals.
From hard-hunted late-season birds to spot and stalk black bears, this week was another testament to the power of Hecs technology. Over the last 10 years, we've enjoyed more close encounters than ever before, and the testimonials from Hecs customers continue to pour in daily. Don't you think it's time to experience the benefits of Hecs technology for yourself, or get Hecs for that young hunter in your life? We have sizes from 2 extra small all the way up to 5XL, so we can fit just about anybody. Call or go online and get your Hecs camo suit or base layer on the way today. Use the promo code to get the best available price and make the most of your season this year. In the meantime, we'll keep pushing the limits and bringing it to you each week, right here on Hunting with Hecs.
If you have an amazing Hecs encounter you'd like to share, give us a call or go online. If we use it on the air, you'll be in the running to win an exciting hunting trip with a Hecs crew. You can find out more on our website at hecsllc.com. While you're online, make sure to take a minute and check us out on our social media sites as well.